So let's jump into it, man. I don't know. I saw like it's 420. I'm recording this on 420. So happy belated 420. Y'all are gonna get this, way after 420. Happy belated 420. Um, man, when was the last time I hit a blunt, man? I hit a blunt like couple of days ago. Yeah, a couple of days ago. It's been a minute since I hit a blunt, you know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since I hit that Zaza, you know what I'm saying? That herb, But yes, I think on Monday, so like a couple of days ago, it was a skinny ass blunt. I didn't want to, go comatose. I want to become like a zombie or none of that shit, bro. I want to get lockjawed. So like, I just kind of like, took a skinny ass blunt. So it was I smoked by myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been smoking less lately, man. It's just that shit just crazy, man. That shit just crazy. But yeah, I read like a paper from I think it was UP, University of Pretoria, or was it UCT, University of Cape Town? I don't know, one of the two, man. It was one of the two, but they're basically talking about like how the cannabis industry is just kind of underdeveloped in South Africa. I kind of agree. I've been saying this for a minute. Like the cannabis industry in South Africa is kind of it's man, it's underdeveloped, man. It's just crazy, man. And to think that the Constitutional Court, kind of made a ruling on it like in 2018, and it's like what 2020, and shit still hasn't changed. It just kind of shows you, man. Like South African government is actually quite slow when it comes to implementing what they talk about. I think it was who was the Minister of Finance, the current one right now. What's that dude's name? Tito Mboweni, yeah. Tito Mboweni was talking about it. He was on some shit like, hey man, we going by 2025, 2024, we gonna try and get this cannabis shit in South Africa kind of, up and kicking. I don't know, man. Like, we'll see. But UCT or was it UP? I forgot, man. I think I'll put the link in the bottom. There's gonna be so many links in the bottom, but whatever. Check it. So yeah, they were talking about it, man. They were like, it's underdeveloped. There's like so much potential for growth. They're like there was also like I read this. I read another thing before I read the the paper from the university, right? I read like the draft for the what is it called again? The draft for national cannabis. No. Man, it's some long ass shit from the Department of Agriculture. It's talking about cannabis and all that shit, like how it's gonna be implemented. Just like a whole lot of boring jargon. I don't want to really bore you guys with it. I went through it. It's still the same old shit. They're not really saying anything different, nothing too crazy. In my honest opinion, we're not gonna see like the legalization, like the full legalization of cannabis in South Africa anytime soon. I think minimum 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years, because there's just a whole lot of bullshit, man. People are kind of throwing in their personal beliefs into this thing, and there's just a whole lot of bureaucracy. It's gonna be a hella slow process, you know. And then again, man, it's like I think we're really losing out, man. It's like the cannabis industry. Last time I checked, it was like a 300 billion dollar like global industry, right? And like 300 billion, that's like when you convert it into rand, South African rand, that's a lot of money, man. That's like, let me do a quick calculation in my head. I think that's like 4.3 trillion rand. I don't know. Fact check me. I think it's correct. I don't know. Maybe I'm pulling these numbers out my ass, but that's what it is. Really, it's somewhere there, man. Somewhere close to that, man. 4.3 trillion rand, man. It's like a crazy ass thing, man. It's a crazy ass amount. Like, and to think about it, and man. Okay, so basically, in like the paper from the, it's not really a paper. It's more of a review. They had like a webinar, and they had different panelists from like industry professionals talking on it. So it was just like a whole thing. So basically, I read it off the website, and there was a lot of shit on it. So yeah, basically the gist of it is South Africa's cannabis industry is well and good. It has a valuation of like 2.3 million rand. Two, no, not 2.3 million, man. No, let me check it. I had it written down here somewhere. Oh yeah, 23 million. 23 million rand. Now that's a big chunk, man. That's a big chunk. 23 million rand. This is like without regulation, without anybody, without like government intervention. Might I say, it's a little It's a little under the table side of things, but whatever, man. We all know how it works. It has a valuation of 23 million rand. That's a lot. That's a lot. 23 million rand for like shit that like the government has no hand in. It okay, fine. It's not like big number industry, but it's getting there. It's getting there, and I think also the valuation is highly like it's like a high, it's undervaluation basically. It's highly undervalued because 23 million sounds good, but when you really think of it in the bigger scope, man, I was reading statistic that said like South Africa has 900,000 cannabis farms. 900,000 cannabis farms, spread out mostly in the Eastern Cape and KwaZulu Natal. So that's kind of like, yeah, it's a thing. But 900,000 is not a small number, man. 900,000, you know, uh, cannabis farms. That's a lot. That fuck a lot, man. A lot doesn't even put it in perspective, man. And they were talking about some ungodly number of hectares that were just used for cannabis, like just some crazy amount, man. And I was like, damn, okay, this is actually something that a lot of people aren't really taking seriously, but it is what it is. You know, um, Basically my thought, my perspective on it is we're losing out. Cannabis has so many uses, man. Besides the whole recreational smoking shit, man. I think when you look at hemp as a plant, hemp has so many uses. You know, um, you can make clothes out of hemp, food. You can make plastics out of hemp. Like there's just so much that we're losing out on when it comes to hemp and in general. And then the weird thing is, here's the weird thing. The problem I have with people's relationship with cannabis is that it's not really it's not based on facts. There's a lot of misconceptions about it, and look, we all know the thing. There's a lot of misconceptions about marijuana, man. Everybody that smokes marijuana isn't a lazy fuck, man. All that shit. Like we all know that, right? But like I was walking the store, right? I was walking in the store. The store, it's the store that will not be named. We all know the store. It's always oh man, it's always enthralled in like controversies, man. Okay, I'm gonna say the name. I was walking in Clicks. Okay, I was walking in Clicks. No, I wasn't even walking in Clicks. I was walking in another drugstore. I forgot the name of this one though. Let me think about it real quick. What's the name? I don't know, man. It's just another big, franchise chain type, drugstore in South Africa. You know, uh, fuck, I forgot the name. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. So I'm walking in there. I was with this other chick, right? Friend of mine. We're walking in, and it's like, okay, fine. We're walking in, and then I ask him like, hey man, like, what are we looking for? Well, no, what are we looking for? What are you looking for? What are you looking for? And then she's like, no, man, I'm looking for this other type of thing. I saw it on a YouTube video. What supposedly, she was like, it's supposed to help with stress and anxiety. Blah blah blah. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then she's like, it's an all natural supplement, man. And I'm like, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then she's like, you'll see it. And then she was really kind of, I don't know, weird about it, right? Because I know this person. She's really kind of against, like cannabis, wholeheartedly. She's one of those people, man. Marijuana's the devil's lettuce. You know what I'm saying? Those type of people. She's my friend, but okay, yeah, man. So fine, we're walking, and then we're in the aisles, deep in the aisles, and then it's behind like one of those glass cases where you have to call a store employee to open it up and all that shit. The whole ordeal. So yeah, the store employee comes over and then they get the shit, and I'm like, what is it? What's this thing that I had to drive all the way here for? What is it? And then she's like, no, it's the CBD oil, blah 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 blah. It's all natural because I'm writing exams, and my exams are so hectic, and but I'm like, CBD oil, man. In my mind, I'm like, does she even know this shit comes from cannabis? And I want to burst her bubble. I didn't want to turn it into a whole thing. I'm 100% sure she knew it came from cannabis because, man, you type in CBD oil, it's going to tell you, man, it's like a oil derived from cannabis, the cannabis plant, a cannabis plant with low THC, low to none THC, so yeah, that's the thing, a lot of people's relationship with marijuana is kind of built on, a lot of false conceptions, a lot of wrong information, but it'll get better. It'll get better. I hope people stop, saying dumb shit about marijuana, but we can only hope. We can only hope. And okay, so